Into the restart zone. Josh Parent going to lead us to the first green flag. Season number 5 of the Sundance Pro Series is underway at Daytona. Spilling onto the Daytona super stretch. Josh Parent leading the way on the bottom lane. That's Cameron Gilmore up top. Christian Barnes, Richard Wolsifer are their pushers 2 by 2 into turn number 3, lap 1 of this brand new season. Everybody learning these new cars, learning their tendencies, learning these new drivers and what they can do behind the wheel. And here we go out of turn 4 to the start finish line to complete lap number 1 of a brand new season.
Flicking past the start-finish line they go. Josh Parent still leading that line on the bottom. And with how these new ARCA cars are on the iRacing.com sim, the whole draft model is completely different from what they were utilizing in that next-gen race car. A lot of times you saw that you'd have one lane really close to the wall, you'd have one lane all the way down the yellow line, but these guys are very much close together. That middle line sucker spot not very existent so far, as Richard Wolsifer is laying into that back bumper. But look at Christian Barnes absolutely pushing the ever-living daylights out of Joshua Parent through the corners.
On board with Cameron Carden, he's across the line here in 4th spot. 2 cars back of his teammate Josh Parent, who now can play Pied Piper if he wants to at the front of the field. He's gotten clear of Cameron Gilmore. He will move up here to turn number 1. Now brings Gilmore down in front of Christian Barnes. Gilmore gives the 22 a shot at the front of the field. That leaves Wolsifer now, and you see a brief tandem moment here between your top 2.
All right, Andrew, it's time to start the drinking game.
Don't push the pusher.
Don't push the pusher. The tandem draft is very much in effect right now for those front 2, but that back group from those 2 leaders is going to catch up. We got another 2-car tandem actually with Christian Barnes. Oh no, Joshua Parent gets a bad tap from Cameron Gilmore. Wow, what a save.
What a catch for Josh Parent to start off this new season.
And Christian Barnes is going backwards.
Yeah, Christian Barnes, he's falling back, and that really shook things up at the front of the field. From one whiplash car to another, though, Cameron Carden now going to take over. He's got Cameron Gilmore pushing him. Oh, boy, watch out for the nose of that 69 car. Back a couple of lap series, sitting in the back of the field. And Cole Lewis, I wonder if this is going to match up. Cole Lewis is also 5 laps down, but is back on the racetrack here. So we're going to watch Magnus Anderson here in the 4. Dorsey gets loose, and this is that moment. This is that moment out of turn 4 where Magnus's teammate Josh Parent nearly got turned.
And that looked like a tire going down on that left front.
It's disconnected. That little bit of contact did wheel damage to the 4 car.
That is very insane. And very unexpected.
On board here now. He's just following in line, and then they're all going to check up here at a turn 4, and he's just not going to have enough time to not hit Cody Dorsey, but there's no way this bit of contact should be that much damage.
Chase contention. I love that we're bringing it up so early right now. I know it's kind of something weird to talk about at the same time because it's first race of the season. Chase contention. There are so many different things that can potentially happen, and look at that, Wolsifer going to the pit lane. He's not even bringing a lot of cars with him. That's gonna be a big move.
And he missed pit lane.
Smoke. Oh my goodness.
He tried to pull an alternate strategy here with his teammates, Jamie Plord and Johnny Wood Jr. Plord just barely makes the box.
Flag. Plord, Wolsifer.
Wow, that's gonna leave Johnny Wood Jr. out to dry. And Johnny misses his box. Oh my goodness, it was a great move from them to get off sequence, but it's going to be an all-around F from me for a team grade on trying to pit here, as we may see a lot more ahead of the pit lane. Here's Carl Pooler, first race with his new team, Maverick Motorsports. He's going to take over the race lead. Fritz in the middle, that promotes Buzzio into the top 5, and here we go, pit stops. Down the front straightaway, Carl Puller, Tim Henderson, and so many more. It's a lot of the Toyotas and problems at 69. Cameron Gilmore spins it on pit entry.
Looks like no major damage to the front end of that race car. He's going to be able to keep on rolling, but he's going to lose a lot of time as we've got multiple drivers into the box now. Should be a gas-only stop out of the box. There you see Brendan Maddox. He's going to try to lead them off. Cameron Gilmore finally gets to his box, and everybody is leaving, Andrew. This is going to leave him in the dust, out of the draft. Without a drafting partner at Daytona, that's going to cause you so many different problems with trying to stay with the group, stay with the lead pack, and even stay on the lead lap. Here are the leaders coming off of turn number 4, and everyone's ducking into pit road now. There you see Selby, Johnson.
That's not pace speed.
That's a speeding.
That's way too fast. Gilmore, or Carden rather, with problems. Cameron Carden at the back. He was all over the place. That brings in Patinko and Parent from Whiplash Racing. They will join what looks to be Waylon Nelson and Jeffrey Johnson, who sped coming in. That also brings in Full Tilt with Selby and with Fritz. Down and straight through, you saw for checkered flag. That's going to be Nelson and Johnson there. But Whiplash gets their stops done. They're down and away.
Things are shaping up as we roll to the end of the stage, and this last group is finally going to decide it's time to head to the pit lane. Easy in, easy
that was too fast. That was too fast of a spin now.
Multiple cars into the wall on pit entry, and spinning is Anthony Teseo into his box. That is not going to end well for multiple drivers. See some damage on the front end of that 91. And that is going to be multiple problems for multiple drivers. Here's another look at it going into the pit lane.
Well, numbers are a little mixed up. Hang on, I'm trying to track down Cody Dorsey. I can't find what number he's listed in tonight because somebody took his number. He is listed in the 32. Stand by. I'll re-cue this replay. And this is going to be Cody Dorsey into the pit lane along with Dan Stockaro and the 17 of Jason Bottoms. All three having a problem here on pit entry. Watch this down to the line. Bottom's a little aggressive. Dorsey more aggressive, and Stockaro just loops it around and boom, pit wall for those couple of drivers. And that holds up Dakota Bly as well.
It's going to be a big hit for that 9 car. That's going to be some definite aero damage on the front end of that race car. Going to cause some serious problems as the race goes on. This is on board with Dakota Bly, and he got a front row seat to all of it. Locks the brakes down, sees them spinning, cuts right to the left, has to slow down to make sure he doesn't run into anybody else. Runs through the boxes to get to his. Can't blame him on that one.
Here's Anthony Teseo's problem coming into the pit lane with his teammates Christian Barnes and Jordan White. Buzzio also pitted here in this group, and Teseo, he got hit from behind. A car that was just... No! Selby! Problems for Selby, Zach! He's turned around on turn number 2. No caution.
He's back up onto the racetrack, too. He's off the racing service. That's not going to bring out a yellow.
What in the world happened here? Brendan Maddox down on his door out of turn number 2. Cole Lewis is there. Oh, my goodness. They were trying to use the lapped car as a pick.
Not much you can say about that one.
Do we need to do that, though? Lap 23 of the new season? I don't know. Maddox was down on his door. He's trying to force them to check up, and Selby just tries to squeeze up, and Maddox is there. I get it. I've done it. I understand exactly what's trying to go on there, but do we need to be doing that on lap 23 of the new season?
Well, thankfully for Selby.
Turn 2. Here come the leaders. We're going to show you just about how spread out these cars are. There's the leaders. There's the secondary group with Stallings and Patinko and everybody else. You gotta wait a while. Still waiting. There's the third group. So they are very spread out. Here's the front of the field now. Final 2 corners in stage 1. This is one battle. Here's the other battle with Patinko and Carden at the front end. Stallings trying to move forward with Bentley. Parents in the middle of that, but to the end of the first stage of Season 5, they stay in a line, and Tim Henderson will win Stage 1. Caution is out for the 88. Stage 1 comes to a close here to begin season number 5 of the BRB Racing League, and it's a brand new driver that gets it done. Tim Henderson from Spirit Racing will notch those 10 points for the stage and technically become our very first points leader of season number 5. Of course, this stage will run all the way to the end of the race. No more stage breaks. It's from this point on to the end. So strap in. We've got some green flag stops potentially in our future. Big potentially. There's the green flag. Scott Fritz down and away. We're back racing at the world's center of racing.
Seems you're going backwards real quick.
The field is very much split up. You see Teseo trying to play Pied Piper. They're getting racy at the front of the field. Jordan White down low, and Meatball Motorsports now controls both lanes of the front of the field. Teseo and White drag race to the line. That would have been hundreds between them. Teammates at the front of the field. Jordan White down low, Anthony Teseo up high. Teseo now drops down from Tim Henderson, and don't worry. That 56, Richard Wolsifer, he is not for position. He is the first car, one lap down. He is racing Waylon Nelson in the white and gold 91 as Wolsifer gets the 88. Squirrel Lady hooks the 88! Big crash! It wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. That was the front of the field. There's not even a caution.
They were 4 wide, though. They were 4 wide. Joshua Parent was on the bottom there for a moment. They were trying to make sure they didn't get involved. Have to wait and see.
No pit stops from the immediate leaders. Do we see some from this group?
We've got call-outs
yes, pit stops.
already.
Pit stops. The immediate leaders, they do come in. I called it wrong. Johnny Wood comes in along with Jordan White and Anthony Teseo and Christian Barnes. They all hit the pit lane. Wolsifer will join them. Teseo down into his box. And problems for Sam Dyer. He's broadside hitting the pit lane. And Buzzio has to go around to avoid. Oh, my goodness.
It looks like Adam Buzzio, black flag.
That one might get cleared because I think he had to go out there to avoid the 35.
Waiting to see if it does get cleared. See Jeffrey Johnson with a meatball flag. It's not going to get cleared. It's a minute penalty. 1 minute hold for Adam Buzzio. That's going to put him 1 lap down.
Here we go, other pit stops. Scott Fritz will now be the front of the field. Caden Perkins, problems for Patinko. And I think problems for Caden Perkins, maybe. No, I thought I saw damage on his car. Patinko, though, will have to get a replay of what just happened to him. You see Parent now into his box, along with Carden, and here they all go back out of the pit lane. Quick fuel stop here, no tires.
One more stop to make it to the end for all of these drivers, and out and away back onto the racetrack is the main group. We're going to call them the main group because the front 4 were all by themselves. But it seems like getting into the pit lane has been the struggle spot. Big old slide right there from the 26 car.
That was Chisnall coming in. Let's see what happened to the 81 here. This is Patinko. That's just a lot of wheel hop. Straight up driver mistake. And you know what, Zach? We mentioned earlier in his interview, he has not driven this car anywhere yet. The first time he drove this car was in the test race last week. If he hasn't done a lot of pit stops in this car, this is a throwback to wheel hop. He actually joined iRacing just in time for the next-gen car. You don't get wheel hop because that's an independent rear suspension. The rear wheels don't chatter the same way that you would get in a solid axle rear end like you have in this ARCA car. This is the first time maybe that he's had to deal with this kind of wheel hop in this kind of car. Braking hard down through the gears. It chatters the rear end and locks up just like that. You saw the rear wheels lock up. That is a great angle for that.
Yeah, while we've been looking at the situation with Evan Patinko, trouble for Brendan Maddox on the pit lane, gets into an incident, spins around, actually takes a car with him, might have a little bit of front end damage on that race car, but it looks like he's going to be able to get out and away Looks like he got tapped by Jason Bottoms in the pit lane.
Here's a look at it. So where even is Bottoms? He must be ahead. He's on the left there. Yeah.
So Maddox brings it on in. Goes and looks to the left to go for his box, and right there, and then ends up hitting Dan Stoccaro, spins him around. No caution. Or Cole Lewis, excuse me. Sorry, they have similar paint schemes sometimes. But Cole Lewis ends up going around as well. That holds up Brendan Maddox. That's going to set him even further back.
Here's the front of the field. That's Johnny Wood Jr. and Jordan White going by Scott Fritz and Matthew Selby. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Line of cars passing Scott Fritz and Selby. Coulter Clark, Zach Maddox, and others, they've got a huge run. They'll now go high. And Coulter Clark, Talladega winner last season, is he going to take over here on lap 58? Yes, he will. The Red Bull machine, best in show today, will take over here on lap 59.
And Borbell's really playing some defense here, to be perfectly honest, because that's Adam Buzzio. It's a teammate right in front of him. Now Buzzio shifts up to the top line. Lap car on the bottom going to be used as a pick, and that's going to promote Jordan White back to the race lead. Now there's nothing stopping Adam Buzzio going 2 laps down. That was Borbell doing some defense for him. Now back to the bottom he goes. They might try to play a little team game here, force that 83 car out of the groove, get that 5 car back to 1 lap down so he can potentially take a free pass or a wave around and stay in contention with 25 laps to go.
Also worth noting, Jourdain, no teammates left in this race, really. And he left the 6 of Clank out to dry, and now you see Next Level Racing plus Johnny Wood Jr. leaves him. So Jourdain, you know, in a race where you're going to need friends, I'd have just lost one there. He and Kyle were working it on the top side, and he left Kyle to hang. And now you see Coulter Clark goes up top, trying to go around White. So that's something to just log in the memory bank, right? If the 6 doesn't help the 83 later in this race, that could be why right there. You want to try and help guys, especially when you're brand new to a series. You don't have much rapport built around you. You want to help guys. You want to make some friends out there, and burning somebody like that early. I know it's not that early anymore, but still, that could come back to bite him if he needs it later. Call outs to the pit lane. Do we see leaders pit here?
Yes, we do.
A lot of them. Borbell, Clark, Buzzio, Wood, Stallings, White. I mean, most of the field coming in here with just over 20 to go, trying to extend this run as long as possible. Do we see more come in? Yes. Everybody else, Whiplash cars and more. Somebody spun. Carl Puller around. One car's slow. That's Teseo, maybe? He was slow there for a solid second. That could have been Barnes, actually. I think that was Barnes.
No black flag so far. Gilmore misses his box.
Terrible.
Ends up having to back up. That's going to cost him so much time on the pit lane. Everyone just fueling up, getting those cars back into position to get out on the racetrack. Scott Fritz, Matthew Selby. Fritz slides the tires. Oh my goodness, that was a huge lockup. Looking at our scoring monitor, no black flag for the 48 of Scott Fritz. What a save right there. You know, if I had to nominate another one, that's another potential nomination for Lucky Performance, Lucky Break of the Day.
Somebody's quarter panel like that, it moves you around big time.
The best way I've had it explained to me is from Brad Perez. He explained this to me after he did the Arkansas. Oh, Scott Fritz!
Again, using guys as a pick. Big crash. That's going to be it. Well,
it was going to happen sooner or later. We were expecting it. Zach Maddox is involved. Matthew Selby's involved.
Wow.
Saw Carl Puller involved in that as well.
And Selby is practically junk. And everybody is suddenly back in it. If you're on the lead lap, even potentially a lap down, you've got a chance to win this race. I don't care who you are. Big incident here among our leaders. You know, I wasn't sure if we did get a caution where it would happen, but There you go. Among the leaders trying to pass a lapped car that goes low, which is fine. Slow goes low. That's the old adage. Tim Henderson goes low. And Fritz just got into Maddox. Then they all just kind of ran out of room there. And, oh, Buzzio. Adam Buzzio. Massive damage. He's out too. That's a big if. It's got to happen on 98 or 99. Here we go. Restart zone. The Sundance Pizza 250 back underway at Daytona. Let's finish race 1 of season 5. Gloves off, Zach. That's the big thing for the entire field. We're going to see some big pushes. Anything goes.
Top 5 gets out and away, separated from the rest of the pack, but here comes that bottom line. Jordan White is all clear of the cars behind. That's Zach Maddox right behind him. Josh Parrott right behind Zach Maddox. Now they're just shifting around, trying to find what lane is going to work the best, where they're going to be able to make that move, get that run, and build that momentum. Zach Maddox looking high, Josh Parrott looking high. Nowhere they can go just yet, but it's all Borbell out in front. Dustin Stallings looking to repeat off of his championship victory, and they're making contact coming back to the start-finish line. It's going to be popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go at Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. And these guys are going to crash. Big one. Turn 1. Parent, Carden, Maddox, Teseo, Gilmore. The list goes on. And the Pit Stop TV machine has seen better days.
I feel like we were in this position last season too.
And we're going to extra laps here. Let's see how this started. So the 14 of Maddox. I noticed he was the first car sideways again. He's that silver car with red numbers. He got checked up and tried to come up in front of Parent, and they just were not lined up at all. Patinko, I mean, oh my gosh, that's all of Whiplash in one go. And that's a decent bit of Maverick. Maddox has stayed out. Let's see what happens. First overtime restart at Daytona. The Sundance Pizza 250 isn't over just yet. Borbell has the edge to turn 1. He's got help from Stallings. The bottom lane will pull, though, in 1 and 2.
Top line has more cars to keep the momentum rolling. Steven Borbell on the high side is going to get clear. Dustin Stallings on his back bumper. He's going to stay to the top side with the push from Scott Fritz. Borbell's got no help. That's going to promote the 48 car to the second place position. Jordan White up to the 3rd spot. He's trying to get some help to get back up there as well. He's had a shot to win this race. The Jamaican sensation, as he's been referred to so far, can he get up there as the top line falls back? Single file top 5. Here we go, Andrew. White flag in the air, presented by Whiplash Sim Cams.
One more time around. This race is official. The point of no return. And Dustin Stallings, defending champion, leads them all through 1 and 2. Scott Fritz on his back bumper. Then Borbell starting to gear up for a run. Bentley's there. White's there. Clark, Walker, Puller, Clegg, Skinner, your top 10. Here they go, making moves. Borbell up high. He gives a shot there to Stallings. Clark wrecks the 48 and 12. They crash down low. Here comes Carl Puller. He's going to give a shot now to Borbell. Where is Jordan White going to go? He's going to have the side draft here in 3 and 4, and he's going to get a shove from Braxton Skinner. Jordan White to the top side. A block there from Stallings. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Brendan Maddox up top, but the defending champion is going to defend it at Daytona. Dustin Stallings wins the Sundance Pizza 250 to open up the brand new era of the BRB Racing League as the BRB Sundance Pro Series.
Dustin Stallings picking right up where he left off. Jordan White gets it at second place by 0.081 hundredths of a second. Brendan Maddox, Steven Borbell, Carl Puller, Johnny Wood Jr., Clank, Blythe, Jason Bottoms, top 10. How about that one? And Coulter Clark with your top 10 rounding it out. My goodness, Andrew, what a way to get this season started.
Dustin Stallings, incredible. what might be even more incredible is his teammate, Brendan Maddox, who was the lucky dog under that caution. He drives up and gets third place. We'll be talking to him in just a moment.